We got to talk about it, fellas. It just so happens that my schedule has worked out such I've been able to watch the last 5 Lakers games in their entirety. So I want to make it very clear. This is not me box score watching. I've never felt like LeBron is old the way that I've felt like it over the last 4 or 5 Laker games. He's played hurt, and it's been obvious that he's an older dude playing hurt before, but it is like I don't know what to make of the longest streak of sub 20-point scoring performances since 2003, the worst run of high turnover games that he's ever had. And this is while the Lakers are, I think, top 5 in the league in not turning the ball over. He's got like 7, 6, 6, 5, 4, turnovers, and they have been some bad turnovers.
What explains the turnovers though? Like turnovers isn't just old. Like,
He is also, after
not
starting
protecting the
out
ball. Like, how do you?
45% from three, he is 0 of 4, 0 of 9, 0 of 4, 0
That's
of 2
legs.
from
That's
three.
old nigga shit for sure.
And shooting similarly 4 of 16. He did have the 12 of 28 against the Jazz, 5 of 13, 8 of 18, 7 of 16, 7 of 17 from the field. And I feel like watching the games, maybe I'm projecting. I feel like I'm seeing a different attitude from him of like, what the fuck? Like, and he had committed before the season that he wanted to try and play all 82 games this year. JJ Redick said for the first time last night, quote, "I don't know if that's in his or our best interests
Yeah, that was
at
wild.
this
Oof.
stage." But you're seeing stuff that we haven't seen before, and it's making me very sad.
Yeah. That JJ quote took me back a bit because it wasn't your little standard cliche coach answer like, well, we'll evaluate that on a game to game basis. He was like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna be good for him or us. He got to sit his old ass down, basically. Like, I mean, I'm guessing the next step is probably like a minutes restriction, but the thing is, that's such a flawed roster. Like if you're playing Braun 28 minutes a night, you're not gonna win a lot of games, bro. So I don't know. I don't know what the explanation is. I don't think he's all the way cooked. I think Father Time finally got, some good licks in on him. But
Right.
he's the smartest fucking basketball player we've ever seen. I'm sure he's gonna figure it out. But a lot of that shit is, being old and having all those miles on him. Like when Bradley Beal pinned his shit to the glass that night, that shit hurt me. I was like, bro, this motherfucker doesn't even play basketball, and you let him do that to you? Like the motherfucker plays 8 games a year, dog. And that shit hurt. That shit
Shout out to the
hurted it.
crib, nigga.
Yeah, but
Come on, man.
but bro,
But
like,
I hear you.
yeah, and I don't know. I just, like I said, I don't think he's all the way cooked. I think this might be, the first sign that we've seen of Father Time catching up to him, but I trust him to figure it out.
We talk about it. It happens fast. It happens really fast. You know what I mean? Like you don't see it coming. All of a sudden it happens. He's stretched it out as far as a human we've ever seen a human stretch it out. But eventually it happens. I don't want to say he's cooked, but he could be cooked, bro. Like Brian could be cooked. It could be it, G. You know what I'm saying? Like the minimum restriction, all of that, necessary. But I'm not. I'm. What do we expect from a man of his age who's had the most minutes we've ever seen him play? It's amazing what he's already done. I mean, I just if he is, it's cool. You know what I mean? But it's definitely sad and it's hard to watch. But
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's not cooked. I mean,
well,
it's
I'll
hard.
agree with Tyler.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a stretch of 2 weeks next month where you're like 30
I mean,
points a
that's
game. He's hitting threes again. Like,
have you ever seen Brian look like this?
no, I haven't, and I'm being honest about that. And
So,
again,
yeah.
like the three of us, I mean, there's no rush ever for us to say like, oh, Braun's
No,
over the
no,
hills. I mean, love
no,
Braun,
for
favorite
sure.
favorite player, but like that's why I was like, I mean, I know I've been texting y'all about it the last couple of games, but after last night's game, it got to a point where I was like,
What
we
did
gotta
Chuck
be
say?
we gotta be
What
real
did Chuck say when he
podcasty.
talked about being older? What did he say?
He
He
said
broke
you could
when
do
he
it sometimes, but you can't do it
he
every
was,
night.
but you can't do it every night. You know what I mean? And like 2 years ago, when he averaged 30 points, you know what I mean? Like, he could kind of like figure out the moments in which to push. It just doesn't seem like he has that anymore. It's not just
At,
moments, it's like night by night. You know what I mean?
at
Type
least
situation where
while
you
he's
have to
trying
be
to
at.
play every game as he currently
Yeah.
is. But
30
last
plus
night
minutes.
he
Yeah.
finished with 10 points. In a game that was a 12-point game at halftime, they ended up getting blown out. He almost didn't hit 10 points for would that be like the First time
First time since his
second
first
game or
season.
yeah.
Has to be his first season.
Longest streak of
know.
double, double digit
2011
score.
finals, that 8-point game that shall live in infamy
Oh
forever.
yeah, they had. I thought
Yeah.
that was an 8-point game, was it?
He had an 8-point
Yeah.
game in the finals, bro.
So 13 years
Damn,
since
I thought it was
then,
like an eight points. In a okay, damn, that's crazy.
but I mean, you talk about the minutes restriction. I think that's the stuff where it's like it's just gonna be interesting to see how he handles it, like how his pride handles it, and how he handles it strategically. Because when you start hearing we're gonna put a minutes restriction on you, not due to a certain age, a certain issue, but just due to your age, that's like when something breaks on your car, and you realize like, we're probably past the point of me fixing every little thing on this car. Like it's just like we're just that doesn't come off. You know what I mean?
I remember I had a 96 Ford Taurus, and it was cool to drive around the city. But if I wanted to drive from Huntsville to Birmingham, I rented a car.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust it to, drive a longer distance, but I mean, it's kind of like what being old is like, G. You know what I mean?
He needs the platelets.
I was looking at the Lakers schedule to see, when's their easy stretch or something.
It's a tough stretch coming up.
It's a tough stretch coming up. And I don't know if this podcast and specifically Mike's family is prepared for what could happen on Christmas Day at the Golden State Warriors. If this ugly stretch stays ugly for another few weeks, that could be a tragic national television moment. Or maybe it's like a resurgence and he gets his get back against Steph Curry and rejuvenates them for the stretch in January. It's possible. But if that dial turns one way, might be a bad Christmas for Mike's family.
Yeah. I mean, Golden State is slumping a bit too, but I expect Steph to shoot his way out of a slump way quicker than I expect Bron to. But yeah, man, that could be ugly. It could be ugly for all parties involved on that day. Like,
I think the way we talked about this, the way Steph plays, like it's like a really fun old man game. He doesn't take as much contact he's used to taking, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's he could do that for I don't know how much longer. You know what I mean? It's not super reliant on athleticism. The man could barely dunk. You know what I mean? But Bron, like he's struggling getting by people, and that's been a few years. But now it's like he's fighting to get to the rim. That's bro.
He's really zipping that shoulder. He's like, let me get that shoulder around you. Yeah.
Bumping him the whole way. Like,
it was a play last night where they had a switch and got Naz Reid on him. And he got by Naz Reid. Like you say, you like real lumberingly got his shoulder around him, got by him. Naz Reid blocked the layup attempt and caught the rebound of the block.
He sunned that nigga. That's a sunning.
I put my head in my hands like I had just seen a car crash. You know what I mean? Just like
it was like possession. That's crazy.
No. You can block Max Christie like that. You can't do that to Bron.
Crazy. Getting some holiday shopping done this weekend. Pick up some touchdowns. They're on sale at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. What else would you expect from the number one place to bet touchdowns? DraftKings has doorbuster, profit boost, and bet one, get one promotions on all types of touchdown bets.
The Commanders are turning back into the Washington football team these last few weeks, but we're still locked in on all the Jaden Daniels player props. So be sure to check DraftKings Sportsbook app all weekend for flash deals that will have you dancing in the end zone.
Grab some TDs with DraftKings Sportsbook. They're on sale from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins to opt in. That's code Jenkins, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.